I put Adrian Peterson on the 2023 Vikings. They lost Dalvin Cook by choice, but they lost Dalvin Cook. But why not upgrade with the best running back of the 21st century? That is Adrian Peterson. Of course, for those of you who've been on the channel for a while, you know he is my favorite player of all time, despite being a Texas fan. He was just so good. 2004 as a freshman, I was really getting into football as a young kid, and he was just so good I couldn't help but be like, this guy's amazing. Goes into the NFL the year after Tiki Barber retires. I'm a Giants fan, of course. You guys know the story. I'm a Giants fan from New Jersey my entire life, but so much family in Texas, big Texas Longhorns fans. Grew up going to Texas, big Texas Longhorns fan as a result. Nobody I know went to Rutgers or cared about Rutgers or anything local at all. There are not a lot of choices, to be honest. But anyway, after Tiki Barber retired in 06, I'm like, I'm going to choose a new player to be my favorite in 2007, and that was this guy. And he just simply was amazing. 2012 MVP. After tearing his ACL, he comes back and puts up the best running back season maybe of all time, pound for pound, when you think about it. Simply incredible. He holds the record for rushing yards in a game, 296. Did so in 2007 as a rookie against the Chargers. These are his attributes, his stats, as a 99 overall in Madden 25. That came out, of course, after his MVP season. He was just incredibly good and should be a ton of fun to use here in Madden 24 now that he is officially basically retired from the NFL. You know, he played on the Vikings forever and then bounced around like a pinball, team after team after team after team. I mean, you think he was a Viking? All right. Do you remember him as a Commander in Washington? Okay, maybe you do. Do you remember him as a Lion, a Titan, a Cardinal, a Saint? He got around at the end of his career. A Seahawk? Adrian Peterson got around. But I added him here to the Vikings, similarly to the way I added Michael Vick, prime Michael Vick, to the 2023 Falcons. We're going to try to win a Super Bowl with this Vikings team and see what Adrian Peterson can do. I am super excited. I jumped into preseason and I used him, just wanted to get the feel for it, and I'll tell you, he is amazing. He looks like Adrian Peterson in game. Tried to get the gear correct, as I always do. And Adrian Peterson, man, favorite player of all time. Should be a fun video, and hopefully we can set records here in rushing attack. He's got unbelievable speed and power, agility, everything except for not fumbling and being a good receiving option out of the backfield. Adrian Peterson's your guy. If you want a running back, it is tough to find a better pure runner in NFL history than number 28. Purple Jesus, all day, AD, or the younger generation calls him AP, because, oh, that's his initials. His nickname, AD, based off his nickname, All Day. And, yeah, he's a beast. We haven't even made contact. He's just too fast. It's, you know, so fun to see, like, real-life generational players, which Adrian Peterson obviously was. You just don't really find this combination of overall athleticism at this size. Like, the speed combined with the power is just so rare. And, you know, obviously he's a Hall of Famer for a reason, like, without question. And we're going to push for probably 60 or 70,000 here in rushing attack. I don't know that we're going to get quite that high, but I think maybe at 60,000 seems reasonable. It's a good block. Juke back, and we just throw him off anyway, and there is 66,000 for Adrian Peterson. Halftime show brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. We had a really good Thursday night. Jordan Addison higher on receiving yards. DeAndre Swift had a really, really big night. And then we just totally didn't think that Jalen Hurts was going to do much as a passer, and that ended up coming true. Not only did I take lower on passing attempts, on some other entries I had lower on yards, and all of those hit. We had a really, really nice night. Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson going off on prime time. Ty Chandler not really showing up. And as long as Jahmyr Gibbs gets 35 yards rushing on Sunday, this is going to be another winner as well. So if you want to use code Bengal on Underdog Fantasy, the link is down in the description. Here's what I'm running for this weekend. They can't all be winners, obviously, but hopefully these are. Tyreek Hill higher receptions at 6, and these numbers are really important. If this number goes up to 7 or 8, you might not want to take higher at that point. So if you can still see it at this number, I would recommend going higher. At worst, I think this is a push, but Tyreek Hill's that main target in Miami right now, and nothing's going to change that. Bijan Robinson, higher rushing yards. Saquon, higher rushing yards. Nick Chubb, higher rushing yards. That is one entry. And then this one I did because of Dimmu. He's all aboard the Nico Collins train, so we're going Nico Collins. Also, Robert Woods and Saquon Barkley decided to insure it. So if I get 2, I get my money back. If I get all 3, I win $20 on top of the 10 that I put down. Bijan again, Trevor Lawrence, Josh Jacobs, all higher on rushing yards. And then some of the ones I feel really good about. Kenneth Walker, Calvin Ridley, David Montgomery, higher for rushing or receiving. And then Nick Chubb, of course, higher rushing yards. I think he's going to be really, really nice. So got some college football running as well. If you're interested in copying any of these, let me know how you do. Let me know what I should do. Do you have any recommendations down in the comment section below? Let me know, and use code Bengal and Underdog Fantasy. You'll get a deposit match up to $100. And thanks for Underdog for sponsoring this video. Thank you for watching, and let's get to the third quarter. We do also have a skill point upgrade for Adrian Peterson. We can do receiving back. He's maxed out everywhere else, so go ahead, upgrade catching and route running. And change the direction, actually. That gets boosted to a 95. The abilities I've given him, he's got Freight Train. He's one of the best power backs we've seen, but he also combined that speed, of course, too. But I think Freight Train makes the most sense. I've given him a human joystick, evasive, second wind, and bruiser, which I think is a really good one for Adrian Peterson. More powerful truck and stiff arm animations. I'll never forget he had this unbelievable run against the Browns where he just took somebody and threw them basically to the sideline. I think everyone probably remembers the William Gay truck. Caught the football over the middle. William Gay tried to just meet him on the Steelers and just got completely trucked and then stepped over. He was just a different animal. Jumping in here at US Bank Stadium. It'd be nice if we could have played at the Metrodome. Of course, that's where Adrian Peterson got it done for a long time. But we are rocking these throwback late 2000s and 2010s Vikings uniforms that Adrian Peterson made famous. Now, they did eventually change while he was there before he left. Kind of like the new age look. And they might have even changed a little bit again since then. But these are the Vikings uniforms that I remember well. It's the Vikings uniform that's sitting in the background there for Adrian Peterson. And we're going to see if we can break the rushing yard record here against the Tampa Bay Bucks. And, oh yeah, Josh Metellus, go make a tackle. Or we're going to be stacked. All right, jumping in on offense. And I tried out the Vikings playbook. They have a lot of good power runs, which is what Adrian Peterson is known for. Running from single back, but also I-form behind Jerome Felton. And we're already off to the races. Can't use that power yet. But that's decent speed to make it 7. We're gonna bust a couple, all right? We're gonna get to the open field. We're gonna find a lane, and we're gonna make it happen. That's a good block. Justin Jefferson with a great block. There's a juke from Peterson. And there is another first down. 28 yards for number 28. Showing double A gap pressure. I love to run against that, and here's why. Bang! Adrian Peterson completely annihilates Antoine Winfield Jr. Train's coming. Get off the tracks. Probably just shortened his career. Still haven't done anything truly remarkable at this point. We're just pounding the rock and obviously moving the football at will here. But Adrian Peterson, oh, there it is. Oh my goodness, is that Antoine Winfield Jr. again? They don't have Adrian's signature celebration in the game, so he's doing this dance move. I need to look at the replay because they stood on the goal line, 2 players, and just got crushed. Antoine Winfield Jr. especially looks like he's going to have a very rough day. If you're a safety that has to meet Adrian Peterson head on for a collision, you're probably not going to be winning that. I want a truly amazing run though. Haven't really been able to do that yet. If he could have broken a tackle, I think it was daylight. Get 8. These stretch runs, though, could be the way to go. Just really get outside, use that speed, and we're going to try to use that power. There's Adrian Peterson still going. The truck animations, and similarly to the way they play in real life, they're slow. So I do think that trucking is not going to be a super effective way to make these incredible runs happen. We're going to have to use the juke a little bit more. And stiff arming probably not a bad idea either. Oh, look at Kirk Cousins go. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. Although Adrian Peterson is in the zone. All we have to do to keep it, don't get tackled for loss, but I think he's pretty much guaranteed to break the first tackle when somebody makes contact with freight train. And oh my goodness. Antoine Winfield Jr.'s brains are going to be scrambled eggs by the end of this one. Maybe even by halftime. Goodness. Now, we accidentally stepped out of bounds, so couldn't really do a whole lot on that run. Oh, there it is. Adrian Peterson with speed, and he outruns everybody. Purple Jesus to the house. And he's really going to show off the dance moves in this one. Not known for being much of a dancer, clearly. Or about being a power and speed running back. That's a nice run. Nice little cutback. And he just had the speed to get gone. Antoine Winfield Jr., I mean, he pretended to want to chase him down, but he was never going to make a play. Adrian Peterson as a receiver? That didn't work at all. But, I mean, there aren't a ton of Adrian Peterson receiving highlights for a reason. Keep the ball on the ground. Find space. That's my fault. That's my fault. We could have done better. 3rd and 6, and they still have 7 in the box. We run the ball anyway. We got blocks. Adrian Peterson. I want to search for contact. They're not letting me. TJ Hawkinson, too good of a blocker. But Peterson has scored again. He's going to show off all the dances in this one. That's dance number 3. It's only the first half. Yeah, he's pretty fun to use. Just way faster than everybody else. Justin Jefferson also in the zone. I like that. Doesn't really matter a ton. Get to the outside. There's Peterson. Is it Antoine Winfield Jr.? Get off me! Why is he even trying? 12 rushes for 173 yards here, and we have 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. They're not going to show the replay? I mean, he just shoved Antoine Winfield Jr. to the turf like it was nothing. We throw to him, they're not going to cover him. Antoine, later! Boom! Can't get by anybody else. I think Zion McCollum makes the tackle. But Adrian Peterson, man, I mean, I'm just going to be laughing the entire video. It's going to be so much fun to annihilate a team on the ground. They haven't even scored offensively. And obviously not going to do it defensively. Adrian finally stopped by Winfield Jr. There is a world where we break the... okay, we just got tackled by our own guy. Never mind. I was going to say there's a world where we break the rushing yard record just in the first half. We're only running the ball. There's no mix here. We've attempted one pass with Kirk Cousins, and it's because Adrian needed a rest for a second. And Alexander Madison had to come in, and it was incomplete. And I thought to myself, that's a little bit weird that Kirk kind of couldn't get it rocking. This isn't a primetime game. This seems to be during the day. You'd think he'd be able to do something, but no. Give us more blocks, please. I'm just still looking for that signature run. We've had some nice plays, but I want to break, like, you know, 3 tackles and then do something. Hasn't happened yet. We'll try to catch him napping with a pass. But no, even after so many straight runs, they still, on play action, completely know it's a pass right away. They don't even for a second think it could be a run, even though we've run 4 pass plays the entire game. Up the middle. Oh, you can't get tackled there. I actually don't think draws are very good in this game. We're going to try one on 3rd and 7. Fight. I mean, there's not really anything we can even do there, unfortunately. It was just destined to fail pretty much from the start. You don't want to use turbo before you get through the hole, and I didn't. And it also didn't seem to matter because they just broke off their blockers and made the play anyway. And here is the last play of the first half. Want to break that rushing yard record. We got a block. There's Winfield, and he just wraps up. Okay. That's frustrating. That's the end of the first half. Already 214 yards. Looking like Terrell Davis. See what we can do in half number 2. We only need like 80, and we're going to be right there. Got to get that X factor back and active. We need 3 rushes of 10+ yards. Shouldn't be too difficult. Oh my goodness, we just can't get through. It kind of feels like the past couple attempts, he just kind of has lost a step. But is it just the blocking? And we're playing a pretty good front seven, too. They have talent. Oh, there it is. Adrian Peterson with a couple broken tackles for the first down. 3 down linemen feels like a mistake because we are only going to run the football. Change of direction. Oh, man, that could have been magical, but obviously not the way you want to run that. We're going HB off tackle, and we just took it to completely the other side. Not what you want to do on an off tackle run. 2nd and 7. I think they brought Ryan Neal up. We run to the other side. What we're going to do. And Adrian tackled for a loss. All right, they're making better plays here. But we're going to continue to run the ball. Or could we get it to him on a pass? Let's try that. 3rd and 9, block and release. There's the check down, 2 all over him. I mean, we had receivers open. That's not the point of the video. I want to dominate with Adrian Peterson. Did I say Peterson weird there? But unfortunately, couldn't quite do that on that drive. We're going to get things going. This is a 50-yard touchdown right here. Right here. Give us a block. He's got speed, broke a tackle, and then got undercut. We're really struggling to find it all of a sudden. Counter run, we need CJ Ham to pick up a block. Oh, there we go. That's not a bad play. Get back inside. We at least got 10 plus. We're at 240. Basically 240 right now. Is there any way that we can get to 300? I think we can. Got to keep at it and only run the ball. Just keep making plays. We've had so many gains of like 1 here in the second half so far. I don't like it. It's like they know we're going to run the ball. Here's Adrian up the field. Makes 1-man miss. Winfield can't bring him down. And finally, it's a big run. Let's dance again. Touchdown number 4 for AD. And I don't know. The Bucks have ADD. Can't focus enough to bring down Adrian Peterson. Not one of my best. And it's because I have ADHD. And I can't focus on making jokes. Just double down on something that was not funny really at all. And hopefully that makes it funny. That's the goal. There's Adrian. Devin White is a problem. He's just too fast. 287 yards rushing, though. We have 6.5 minutes to get 10 yards to break the record. That's it. And we get 297 on this play. Here we go. 2nd and 1. Bounce to the outside. And there is the record. We got a block. Peterson down the sideline. Breaks a tackle. And eventually shut down. But is now over 300. The first runner in NFL history to pass 300 yards. And he's got 310. And nothing pops up on the screen. There is not one mention that he was ever even close. Myles Gaskin gets 6. See, that's like a presentation thing that would mean a lot. Hey, someone breaks an NFL record, maybe they should get some type of recognition. 3rd and 4. Levante David, why are you doing this to me? We're going to go back underneath the record at this rate. All right, we're going to get another try here on offense. I want to run like halfback blast. A trap could be a good call, though. Kind of use that speed against them. Kind of what we're going for. Vita Vea. Vita Vea is so annoying. He's ruining my video. Now, there we go. There's blocking. Peterson with the juke. I want to show off that power. Looks like we're probably going to have to save it for the playoffs. He's over 320. We just can't seem to really break away. I was pushing for 400. And that is surely not possible now. Like, they're flying around the field making plays. And that is the ball game. Adrian Peterson sets the rushing yard record for single game. And he is not even being shown because it's a quarterback-driven league. We got to watch Kirk Cousins shake hands with every player on the field. Say a prayer for him. We just get back to the locker room, dude, at this rate. Show Adrian Peterson. Mid-season mark here. We will see how the Vikings are doing. I use the Raiders playbook. I'm hoping that Adrian Peterson is going to get a lot of attempts. We do have the #1 rushing yards per game in the NFL, 201. Now, surely that's not going to be all Adrian Peterson, and surely week 1 is going to be heavily factored into that. But he is averaging 7.8 yards per carry on 146 attempts now for over 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns at the midseason mark. And yes, I recognize that I played week 1, but he's still averaging 161 yards per game. He also used to be Ty Chandler, so don't worry about that. So what were his numbers? Obviously won NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He rushed for 323 yards and 4 touchdowns in week 1, but clearly he would have dominated in other weeks as well. So 13 attempts for 52 yards and a touchdown against the Eagles. So they really neutralized him. He didn't really do a whole lot in that game. What about against the Chargers? 17 carries for 107 yards, averaging over 6 per carry. So a much better performance there. 20 for 86 and a touchdown. I mean, like, you're going to have down weeks. I thought we were going to see insanity. And this is what I was talking about. 19 for 194 and a touchdown, averaging over 10 yards per carry against the Chiefs in a win. Against the Bears, Tyson Bagent played. Interesting. 21 for 194 and 2 touchdowns. This is what I was thinking about. He's really catching fire as we, approach our bye week. 19 for 177 and 3 touchdowns. These are college football numbers. And even insane college football numbers. These are incredible performances as he's put together 3 190-yard plus rushing weeks in a row. And when you look at the weekly awards, that surely should be winning him a lot of NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Did it in week 1. Did it in week 7. So that's just 2 so far. But he's been cheated. He should have at least 3, in my opinion. And we're not for sure a playoff team. We're going to simulate a little bit and then maybe stop it around week 15. See how we're doing? 8-5. Currently good enough for first in the NFC North. Adrian Peterson leads the league in rushing yards and probably rushing touchdowns as well. Yep, he is over 2,000. 2,022 rushing yards on 260 attempts, still averaging 7.8 yards per carry, and now has 24 touchdowns. Has not fumbled either, and I didn't really super juice his carrying, as he was known to fumble. His carrying is playing up to a 96 with morale, but he has just been incredible up to this point. When you look at the NFL single-season rushing yard leaders, Adrian Peterson in real life in 2012 with 2097. And now Adrian Peterson in 2023 with 2,022. So he's going to pass Derrick Henry and Barry Sanders and Jamal Lewis and maybe even himself in this next game. And he's chasing Eric Dickerson. Also could be done. It's funny to look at career rushing yards and seeing real Adrian Peterson. And we're trying to chase him down. When you look at rushing touchdowns, the record is LaDainian Tomlinson with 28. Priest Holmes, not too far behind at 27. John Alexander right there as well. But here is Adrian Peterson in 2023, climbing that list with a really good chance to tie or break that record. So we're 8-6 now. The Packers are also 8-6. And the Lions are 6-8. Why is this the schedule? We play the Lions 2 out of the final 3 weeks of the season. And then the Packers in week 17. And I know this isn't Madden. This is the real NFL schedule. And I know what they're doing. They're putting them at the end of the season to make it seem like it means more playoff implications on the line. But you can't... Dude, you're playing the same team 2 out of the final 3 weeks. It just seems like insane. I don't know. I don't like it. We'll see if we can beat them. This is a pretty big game, actually, to go to 9 wins if we do. And we do. 9-6. And we are going to jump in here against Green Bay. Playoffs essentially on the line. You'd think that the winner makes the playoffs. The loser is likely, I don't want to say eliminated from playoff contention, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough depending on how good the NFC is this year in 2023. Could both be playoff teams, especially if, they win out otherwise. Vikings the 6th seed, Packers the 4 right now, and we have the same record, keep in mind. So if we win, we could take the 4. But if the Giants win, if the Eagles continue to win, depending on how close the NFC playoff race is, the loser of this game could be out. It's a real possibility. Only scored 7 points against the Bengals. Let's see this win against the Lions. Scored 28 points, had 189 rushing yards, 121 of those with Adrian Peterson as he averaged 5 yards per carry. And I anticipate he didn't really do a whole lot against the Bengals in Week 15 because we didn't really score very much. 11 attempts for 65 yards. So he was dominant, but we did not run the ball hardly at all. Why is that the case? I wish you could put a game plan and say, hey, give Adrian Peterson the ball 30 times a game. 16 for 154 and 2 touchdowns. That seems like a no-brainer thing that they could do to make Madden better in the sim engine. 23 for 168 and 4 touchdowns against Chicago. I mean, he's put up some monster numbers. I think it's the second time he's annihilated the Bears. And he did it quite a lot in real life here. Only 4.2 yards per carry. 2 touchdowns, though. And did we see the Broncos already? I don't think that we did. Or maybe we just did. So that was the Broncos. What about the Saints? See this already? 17 attempts for 196 and 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Been pretty good. And his rushing yard number is now, it's going to be what appears to be an unbeatable record. 2,208 rushing yards, 25 rushing touchdowns. Has he done anything as a receiver? He probably has done a little bit as a receiver as well. Where is he? 21 catches for 241 and a touchdown. It's a pretty good season. And we should be in a pretty good spot to extend that rushing yard record a lot here against Green Bay, as we're going to trust Adrian Peterson. And he's getting shifty already. 10 plus yards out of the gate. Just need 2 more to activate that X factor. Run behind the Ham. There's CJ Ham. Decent block. Looking for space with Peterson. Kind of got off balance there. Good last week. I mean, 120 yards in a week. You're feeling pretty good about that. But we want to do better. We want to be pushing 200 plus. I don't know that he's done that in simulation more than once. He's been close a couple times, and I recognize how difficult it is to get to 200 yards, but he's got the best rushing attributes you've ever seen. Look at your speed. Adrian kind of throws him. Is that Ashton Davis? I think it probably would have been, right? Like a white safety with the last name Davis. Probably. Maybe not for sure. What about a wheel route? Are they going to pick this up? I mean, it's a defensive lineman on Adrian Peterson. He's not the best receiver, but it doesn't matter. He finds the end zone. I mean, as soon as we saw that mismatch, it was you simply are not going to be able to run with Adrian Peterson down the field. Justin Jefferson loves it. Yeah, that's a great start. Wasn't really anticipating throwing the ball a whole lot this game, but we tried it, and we found a complete mismatch. It's not what Green Bay wanted. Kenny Clark on Adrian Peterson? It's about the worst matchup you could possibly have. Oh, there it is. Oh, broken tackle, but we just couldn't get there. There was a crease. Couldn't stay untouched. We were untouched there. It probably ends up being a touchdown. Instead, we got the ball on the 47. We're going to keep just trying to pound away. Up the middle. Yeah, it's a touchdown. Davis tried to dive and get him. Not fast enough. All day into the end zone. And he's going to be there all day. He's going to be living in that end zone. Yeah, we're moving on. Sunday Night Football. Playoff implications. We're showing up. 4th and 1. We're going for it. Up the middle. There goes Adrian. And there is the first down. Mismatch for Peterson again. Adrian with the catch. Broken tackle. Touchdown. He might be the best receiving throw we have. Forget Justin Jefferson. Adrian Peterson has 2 touchdowns now. Probably about 100 yards receiving. This was a great ball from Kirk Cousins. threading the needle. Obviously, like one-on-one against Devondre Campbell. But the safety comes over and just could not bring him down. 2nd and 8. We're going to throw. And we're going for Adrian. Yeah, tried that one too many times. 74 yards receiving for Adrian. Could make it even more. Dialing up a screen here. Now, the only thing you worry about with this is Rashawn Gary reading it, making a tackle for loss, and knocking Adrian Peterson out of the zone. But that is not what happened. He gets a easy first down. Not breaking a ton of tackles, though, right now. Addison's going to be a clear out route. Jefferson is going to look like the prime target, but is also a clear out. And then Adrian Peterson is the target underneath, and that's what we wanted. We want to get him the football, get the ball in his hands, pick up the first down. We might get him to 100 yards receiving in this one. We could easily if we wanted to. But we also want to run the football as well. At 98 yards receiving, I can't say for certain, but I would guess that that's a career high for him. 2nd and 10, running to Peterson, broken tackle, but can't string any more together. It's just going to be the one. Let's give him another catch. He's already over 100 now. Let's try and pad that a little bit more. And they read it a bit, and then they just forgot about it, and then he stopped caring. Peterson, short of the end zone. No touchdown, and that's the end of the first half. Oh, how do we not get in there? That's crazy. But we're up 21-0, so points not really a huge factor in the game right now. As we had 11, 12 yards easily on that, I wanted about 50. Tried to get outside. Obviously, didn't end up working. We couldn't find the hole I was looking for. Make that mistake. And it's 2nd and 4. Keep trying to get outside. I just need Adrian to break another tackle. He's having a great game at 172 yards rushing, but it's not otherworldly at this moment. It's really, really good. But he's going to need some big plays to turn this into 300, and we just can't seem to do it here. He's a first half player for us so far. Second half, it's been tough to get things going, not only in week 1, but now we're finding that again against a good front 7 in the Green Bay Packers. We haven't really faced a cupcake yet. Packers finally have scored. I don't like this inside zone play they keep calling. I want something with a little bit more big play potential. And when they're going to rotate the safeties over to go to a single high look, we're going to be able to do that. Get to the outside, give us a couple blocks, and then we just got to make one guy miss. He keeps getting knocked out of bounds, though. He's breaking tackles, but he's not able to do anything with it. Oh, big pancake. I was so focused on the pancake, I couldn't even run the football. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We're over 200, but not by enough. Need more. There's Adrian. There's the seam. Brees at least. Broken tackle. He's still going, but he gets out of bounds. Pitch back up the middle to the outside. Rashawn Gary saves a touchdown. 32 attempts for 221 yards rushing, but he's had an incredible game receiving as well. We try to get Kirk Cousins a touchdown. Working off play action. They do actually fall for it enough. And KJ Osborne is wide open. Touchdown. Might be the last play here before the 2-minute warning. I mean, they're just wrapping up now. We cannot seem to really break one. They're just playing really good defense. And I don't like that. Up the middle. Made somebody miss. There's a broken tackle. And there's a gain of 10+. All right, he's back in the zone. We could really do something here. I want a 50-yard run. Get him over like 275. Oh, we're going to have a block here. It's going to be a hold. And we ran into him anyway. I mean, what a pancake by Ed Ingram. But it won't account, won't matter, won't amount to anything. 3rd and 9. Oh my goodness, what is happening? Fun way to lose 2 yards, I guess. You know, we're going to run the ball on 4th and 11 here. I've had shoe clock on, and it just doesn't do it for whatever reason right now. It takes about a second off the clock, and then just makes us snap the ball. And we get a couple extra. And we actually do get the football back. 19 seconds on the clock, up by 2 touchdowns. That changed the direction. I mean, super stupid. but he just didn't juke. I think we would have had it with a juke. He just didn't do it, refused. He's too gassed, too tired. There's one, though. Just not breaking any tackles anymore. We've given him the ball 41 times as a runner. More than that, or if you count the catches as well. He's just gassed. You know what? I respect it. He put in a shift for us. Kirk Cousins ended up having a phenomenal game. 153 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Perfect quarterback rating of 158.3. But yeah, Adrian Peterson only ended up averaging 6 yards per carry for us. You'd think it'd be more if I was actually playing, which I was. But yeah, I mean, the Packers were just tough. Packers dropped to 9-7. We have to play the 6-10 Detroit Lions here to end the season. We're probably going to we'll probably have to play somebody in the wild card, is what I was trying to say. We go 11-6 though, and we do face the Giants, and Adrian Peterson puts together a pretty incredible season. 28 touchdowns, matches his jersey number. Couldn't break the record, but he tied it. Over 2,500 yards rushing and 360 attempts is not an NFL record, believe it or not. Not even close. Really not even close. In fewer games, no less. As a receiver, he had 400 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns. Nice. Got that up a bit. And that is 400 plus nearly 3,000 total yards. I'm sure he didn't return anything here, but yeah, I was going to hope for 3,000 all-purpose yards. Didn't happen. But you'd have to expect that he's going to be in line for MVP. Josh Allen is ahead of him. Well, he's got to win NFC Offensive Player of the Year then. The next NFC player is Dak Prescott on that list, so Adrian Peterson in line at least for Offensive Player of the Year. And in a quarterback-driven league, that's about the most you can hope for, even when you shatter the rushing yard record, apparently. Giants out to an early 10-0 lead, now 17-0, 24-0. We have done nothing. Although, we're fighting back. It just might be too little too late. It's 31-21. We have the football. We got to score. Adrian Peterson's actually out wide as we're going from empty. Going to put him underneath here. And that's a pretty tough receiver to meet over the middle. Isaiah Simmons drags him down. We got to go hurry up here. Although I want to get out of this so we can get Adrian Peterson in the backfield where he belongs. Because this is, I mean, we just got to not go hurry up is what has to happen. Here's a run. Meet him, Peterson into the end zone. Didn't really look like a ton of space. Peterson made his own space. But it's a touchdown to get back in this game. And we might just go for for good measure. Got to be something in here that's going to be effective. Let's run the strong stretch. Oh, dude. Look at everybody on the line. If we can just get to the outside, this is a guaranteed touchdown. And there it is. He walks in. 31-29 just because. Oh, we're back in on offense. And we have phenomenal field position as well. I guess Daniel Jones turned over the football. We can take the lead here. What a playoff comeback this was. Only 11 attempts for 49 yards. Now I know why we're down. The best player on the field is not touching the ball. Oh, that's just terrible coaching. Oh, Dexter Lawrence, Jesus. And he's actually in the zone as well. We're going to run the ball anyway. We're going to look for space. There goes Adrian, and that's a touchdown. That's the lead. Comeback completed. Now we just have to hold on. And we didn't. Giants took the lead basically instantly. And of course, the CPU does not want us to run the ball. But I would like to run the ball. It's effective. Computer didn't do it for us the entire game. And now that we know touchdown wins it, that's all we have to do. Just run the ball, take time off the clock, end the game. They don't want us running the ball, but it's the perfect spot to do so. We're on the 18-yard line. And they actually kept with Adrian Peterson real well. But it doesn't matter. He broke a tackle, trucking through a Dory Jackson, and finds the end zone. Adrian Peterson with a godlike attempt to get to the end zone. Godlike attempt. Was it tough for me to say? And we take the lead. 22 seconds remain. And the Giants are losing yards. End the game. Vikings moving on. Now you know it's a video game. Got him. Got him. Got him. Adrian finished with 85 yards and 36 receiving. Division round against the Atlanta Falcons, but no Michael Vick for them. Like in my adding Michael Vick to the 2023 Falcons video, they've got to try and win it with Desmond Ridder. Could be tougher. We're going to be up 13-7, but the Falcons seem to score every time they touch the football. We've just had long drives, which is good. 21-14. Now 24-14, it's over. Falcons not going to be able to touch the football again. 24-14 is your final. We are headed to the NFC Championship on the back of Adrian Peterson. Rushes for 98 yards, although Kirk Cousins with a heck of a game as well. Eagles-Vikings NFC Championship. This one could be interesting. We've seen this before. The Vikings had to go to Philadelphia, right? And they got stomped in the year that the Eagles won the Super Bowl, if I remember correctly. I think that happened. I think that those years coincided. I'm positive. I'm positive because it was after the Minneapolis Miracle against the Saints, right? Because that was a division game, even though it felt like a championship level game. That's what I think I remember. Could be mistaken. I feel good about that. I'm not great with remembering individual games. Maybe you remember moments, but it's tough to remember exactly which games are from. For me, at least. I'm really good at remembering players, who played on which team, what type of stats they might have put up. Not so good at individual game memories. Like even, I don't remember Super Bowls very well. I don't know that I could tell you who won the 2004 Super Bowl with 100% certainty. Yeah, that's a tough year for me. I think I would guess the Patriots, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, it's just not my area of expertise. I don't know why I'm not good at that, but I'm not. Adrian with 179 yards rushing, by the way. All we have to do is get into field goal range. Might be able to get even closer than that, though. Might be able to get into the end zone. We just use Adrian Peterson. We're going to put Peterson on a wheel route, and hopefully he's just uncovered. They're in man coverage. If we can just throw on the run, we can find Peterson, and we do! It's Adrian! Running along the goal line, gets into the end zone, and that is a huge go-ahead touchdown with less than 30 seconds to play. A 62-yard receiving touchdown by Adrian could put the Vikings in the Super Bowl, and that's exactly what happens. Vikings moving on, trying to claim their first Lombardi trophy coming up next. Adrian does have an upgrade here. Obviously, would have been a Pro Bowler this season, but he also led the NFL in rushing yards, won Running Back of the Year, and Offensive Player of the Year. So prime Adrian Peterson was just as good as advertised, if not even better. True 99 overall. Change of direction continues to go up. Catching continues to go up. He's the best receiving back in the league right now. And we beat the Chiefs. That is the aim. We'll see if we can get it done. Down early. Getting closer to halftime here. Gonna make it a little bit closer. 3-point game. We need to hold the Vikings in check. And 4th and 11 should be getting the football back. So let's go ahead and do play all offense. And see if we can extend this. That's a phenomenal punt. We are back to our own 2. And still run the ball, though. It's just going to be really tough. We're backed up so far. I'd like to get another snap off here. Let's do it. One more. Space up the middle. Adrian with a broken tackle. Just can't quite get there. Only 9 attempts, and I've had 2 of them? Why does the computer refuse to give the ball to Adrian Peterson? What are you doing? All right, good chunk passing yard play down the field to KJ Osborne. Now we got to punch it in with Adrian Peterson. We have just 5 minutes to play, and we're down by 2 possessions. So we need to score, like, right now. You're just really not letting us run the ball the way I would like to. And there's Adrian open. Got to break through these tackles. Let's go. Okay, that's huge. That's huge. Where's my inside zone? Run it. Chris Jones, stop being good. We don't have enough time for him to be making plays. We don't have it. We're wasting too much time. I don't know how we're going to get in here. Oh, like this. Adrian, yeah, gets in. Okay. There's a chance. Not saying we're going to do it, but there at least is a chance. 3rd and 13 for the Chiefs. I really think this is going to be a run. We can't commit to it. And that's a nice stop. Okay, so here's the situation. We're going to get the football back with just over a minute. And we need a touchdown. Nothing else will do. We're going to give it a good try. We'll see what we can do. Might be tough to just run the ball. We might get 6 running attempts. That's it. 6 rushes. Although we could try to pass it to him and get out of bounds. We're working off play action. He's wide open. We're going to hit him. It might have been smarter to get up the field and try to get extra yards, but we conserve the clock. And, you know, that's not a bad idea either. If we get tackled in bounds, we're going to have to work and go hurry up. There's Adrian. You can't get tackled there. Oh, that's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. Oh, and now we're choosing our play. All right, we're just going to go to the opposite side. Come on. It's not fast enough. If we get up and spike it, we have 29 seconds. I'm going to try this play that worked earlier. Adrian got bumped. We're still going to hit him. And we're just going to get out of bounds. We have 5 seconds to play. And we're going to dial up a split screen to Adrian Peterson. And, oh my goodness, it was going to be incomplete. And then because he tried to catch it, it nearly would have ended the game. But there's still 1 second on the clock. This is our best chance, using Adrian Peterson getting the end zone here. As much as I'd like to win the Super Bowl, it's about Adrian Peterson. And he refused to run. That's the game. Well, the Chiefs win it. That's all right. Adrian Peterson still had a good game, and obviously the best season of all time. It's not my fault that the Vikings refused to give him the ball in regulation. Then I guess he didn't really do much when he was handed the ball. Just 2.5 yards per carry. That's rough. But that is the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Couldn't win the Super Bowl, but that's what happens when you add Adrian Peterson to the 2023 Minnesota Vikings. See you in the next one. Take it easy.